never the best. Hallelujah.
Hey, hello there and good evening. You are watching the Car Diary right here on Younib TV, the best youth television network in East and Central Africa. Before we start, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to bring your notebook ready because today we are going to take notes, guys. We have the 2015 Nissan Note. Sawa? Very nice. Now, let me take you to the background check of this car that we have today. This car made its first debut in the year 2005 and has been produced in two generations. The first generation, known as the E11, was produced from 2005 to 2012. Then in 2013, they started the production of the E12, which we have today. So Nissan Note has up to 9 trim levels. The first trim level is called the Nissan Note S, which comes with a 1.2 liter HRDDE engine. Yeah, so then we have the Nissan Note X, which comes with a 1.2 liter HR12DE engine, and the difference between the X and the S package is that the X comes with a smart start. And then we have the Nissan Note X4 package, which comes with 1.2 liter HR12DE engine, and the difference between the X4 and the SX is it comes with 15-inch alloy rims. Then we have the DIGS package, which means direct injection gasoline supercharged package, and that comes with a 1.2 liter HR12DDR supercharged engine. Now we also have the Nissan Medalist, the Note Medalist, and that is now the luxury mode of the Nissan Note. And that one has a new, how do you call it? The new subjects that were introduced in 2015. We have the Nissan Note Medalist X and the Nissan Note Medalist X4. Now, all the trim levels that I have mentioned, the S, the X, the DIGS, and the Medalist, have another trim level called the emergency brake package. Now, the emergency brake package comes with a lot of things. It has the likes of the traction control. It has that emergency brake feature in it. It comes with the lane assist as well, and the traction control, all those under one package in the emergency brake package of those levels that we have mentioned. So who are the worthy competitors of the Nissan Note currently in the Kenyan market? We have the likes of the Suzuki Swift, we have the Toyota Vitz, there is also the Mazda Demio, and lastly we do have the Toyota Raktis, which is the only car that we can compare to Nissan Note when it comes to a special thing or the selling point, which is the space. Sawa? Brilliant. With that said, let's roll. Now we start with the anterior profile of this Nissan Note, and this new model of the Nissan Note known as the E12 is commonly known for boasting this V-shaped stuff on the anterior profile. If you can see that, it runs from this other side, inakuja hapo inachukua that V-shape, and that boosts the aesthetics of this Nissan Note. Now this car boasts bi-xenon headlights, which is pretty brilliant for such an entry-level vehicle. Now we also have the obstacle sensors, and as we said, this trim level, this specific one that we have, has what you call the emergency brake assist, and that's why we have these obstacle sensors on the anterior profile. This will also help you when you are almost hitting an obstacle when you are parking your vehicle. Sawa sawa. Alright, now also another thing, this one does not come with fog lights, but it gives you that provision should you want to improvise. You can see we have those provisions right here, huku chini kabisa, and that makes it really beautiful. That means you can add the aesthetic value of your car to make it more beautiful than it is. Now I want us to look what powers this Nissan Note under the hood and see what it looks like. So this car that we have here today comes with a 1.2 liter engine mated to an Xtronic continuous variation gearbox. So if you want to change the gearbox of this car, because it is argued that many Nissan Note owners usually prefer changing it after importing the car, make sure you use the NS3 when you want to change the CVT of this Nissan, because it comes with 3 valves. Yeah. Now, a good engine means good fuel consumption. So let's talk about the fuel consumption of Nissan Note. Now, the naturally aspirated engine will give you good performance. That can give you up to around 20 kilometers per liter for the naturally aspirated engine. Now, if you look at the supercharged engine, of course it has more power as compared to the basic version that we have here, but the supercharged one will give you up to around 18 kilometers per liter if you drive it properly. Don't be very aggressive if you want to save fuel with the Nissan Note. Sawa sawa. Brilliant. Now let us also talk about acceleration. The basic version, the naturally aspirated engine, will give you 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in around 13.8 seconds, and the supercharged one will give you 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in an approximate 11.8 seconds, and that is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Sawa sawa. Yeah, with that said, now let's head to the side profile and see what we have there as well. Now, when you look at the side profile of this Nissan Note, it is a simple, stylish, and a sporty exterior, right? Yeah, so of course we have this highly defined character line and the pencil-thin gaps in between the body panels, which indicates high quality craftsmanship. Now look at this. On the side mirror we have a camera which is mounted under the side mirror, and that one is its function there is to assist you when you are using the lane departure assist. So kuna moja hapa and one on the other side zinamulika lanes. So ukitoka nje ya line, it beeps and it gives you an alarm unless you are changing the line, and of course it will sense that because you will indicate. So yeah, so let's talk about the ground clearance of this car. It comes with a ground clearance of around 5.6 inches, which is below the recommended ground clearance for the Kenyan roads. Of course, this car may not maneuver some bumps with ease unless you employ good driving skills, but you can always improve the ground clearance of this car by installing the aftermarket shocks. Sawa, and make sure that when you want to change that, you take your car to somebody who understands the assignment properly so that they don't damage your car. And changing the shocks will of course interfere with some element of comfort. Kidogo ita reduce, but at least you will have a better ground clearance. Kugwara gari will be, those chances will be reduced. Now let's talk about the tires. This car comes with 14-inch steel rims as opposed to the X4 package, which comes with 15-inch alloy wheels. Sawa sawa. So with that said, let's head to the rear profile. We see what we have there as well. When you come to the rear profile of this car, you are going to notice the obstacle sensors, which will help you park your car. And of course, these are still used in the lane departure assist as we had seen them on the anterior profile. Let's talk about the badging kidogo. Of course, this is the Note badge. This is the basic version, so you may not have the DISG ile ya pale kando or the X, depending on the trim levels. And of course, the last one is the Nissan badge that we have right here. The rest we've talked about in the previous episode. So this guy is a simple car. Come to the boot space, still the Nissan Note ticks that box. It beats its worthy competitors when it comes to boot space. Ukiangalia boot space ya Suzuki Swift and then you compare it to this one has bigger boot space, and what makes it beautiful is that you can still retract the rear seats to enhance your boot space. Let's do that practically. If you do that, you have like 2 times the boot space that you had initially before retracting the seats. So that means you can carry a bigger luggage using this car. Ukienda maushago hivi, especially sasa tunaingia December, and I know people like disturbing a lot with this Nissan Note during the festive season. So ukitoka ushago bebe manguashe hapo nini, utakuwa uko sawa. So with the review of the rear profile, we are taking a short commercial break, and when we come back, we get to the interior and see the beauty of this Nissan Note. Don't go away, because the best is yet to come. Keep it here on the Best Youth Television Network in East and Central Africa. Welcome back to the Car Diary with the conversation professor himself. And of course, we are still taking up the airwaves right here on Younib TV, the best youth television network in East and Central Africa. And today, the professor aspect has manifested itself because I believe you are taking notes since we are doing a Nissan Note, right? Brilliant. Now let us review the interior of this Nissan Note and see what we have. So we are going to start with the steering wheel section, and on the steering wheel we have some few controls here. We have the volume up and the volume down button, and of course you can choose your entertainment source from here, and of course we still have the navigator from the steering wheel, so you can drive and do everything concerning infotainment from the steering wheel. Adi hapo tuko sawa? Brilliant. Now let us talk about this section that we have right here where you will get your speedometer, and this section displays very critical information. You will know you are cruising at what speed per hour and what revolutions per minute, right? Alright, now there is also another small screen right here which will show you how long can your car go in as far as fuel economy is concerned. All that is displayed in this small screen in between the RPM gauge and the speedometer. Sawa. Yeah. Now let us shift focus a little bit and go to the center console where we have the infotainment. Now we are going to turn on the car and do these things practically. Sawa. So there you go. And now we have some few things right here. You can listen to music using the aux, or you can use CD. I don't know if people still use CDs today. And of course we have some few things here. Let's do them practically and see. Now you can choose from here or from the steering wheel, as we said earlier. Of course we have the FM. Let's see if it has Bluetooth. Doesn't have Bluetooth. Yeah. So you are limited to two options. You either use the auxiliary cable when you want to listen to music, or you use the CD. Other than that, ni usikize tu radio as you drive. So let us tusonge hapa chini kidogo where we have the climate control, and this one is a manual climate control. You can see those knobs right here, unaweza choose. And then of course we have the fan. So you will turn on the AC. When you turn on the AC, you will be able now to control everything from this section that we have right here. Now let us look at the cabin storage. You have two cup holders right here for the driver and the co-driver. We'll see on the rear end if we have storage compartments for the rear passengers. And apart from this, you still have enough storage compartment on the doors. I will put those cutaways, you will see them. That is how storage compartment looks like in our Nissan Note that we have today. Of course, this is the gear shifter. We have the parking, reverse, neutral, and drive. So this car will give you good fuel economy. Sioni hapa kama iko na sports, and this one does not function. But in the Nissan Notes that come with the Eco mode, hiyo button inakuwaga imewekwa hapa. So this is just an implication of that button. This one I work, it's ni maridadi tu imewekwa hapa. Now let us talk about legroom and space. Now with this Nissan Note, legroom is very sufficient, and that is where this Nissan Note beats its other competitors. As you can see, the seats are fully retracted towards the back. So if it's a tall driver, atakuwa bado na enough leg room, as you can see. If you are a short driver, you still have the room to retract the seats towards the front, and there you go. So kama we ni mtu mfupi kama mimi, there you go, you will have it. Sawa sawa. Yeah, so the same thing happens on the co-driver's seat as well. Now when you look at the headroom also in the Nissan Note, it's sufficient even for a tall driver, as you can see. So space in the Nissan Note is guaranteed, and that means comfort is at optimum. Sawa. Now let us talk about the safety features that you will find in this car. So this car comes with SRS airbags, and of course there are some features that I did mention earlier. And piga picha, come this side so that we show them these things. So you talk about safety, there are these two buttons that you see right here. So the first one that I'm touching is the lane departure assist. So hii ukitoka nje ya line, especially ukiwa in the highways, it will beep and give you an alarm to help you maintain your line, unless you are shifting to another line, but of course it will know kwa sababu you will be using an indicator at that time. Sawa. Alright, this other button is the traction control, which helps you the car to maintain the grip kwa barabara, especially when you are cruising at high speed. So inakuwa mzito kidogo, so that means your car cannot topple easily. So it is advisable that you always keep your traction control on all the times, although you can switch it off. Now what we have right here, this one is the idling, is it called the idling assist or something like that? The idle time, I think. Hii ukiwa pale kwa jam na ume-enable hii, when you step on the brakes itazima, and that saves fuel. So when you lift your foot off the brake, the car will turn on automatically, and then unaendelea na safari yako. So what makes this thing practical is the button that we have right here. Hii yenye tulisema, this one now makes the obstacle sensors function. As you can see, kuna hapa hii gari ingine na hii gari ingine. So it's called collision assist. So this one makes this one practical. Sawa. Such that hii gari ikiwa kwa jam na kuna gari ingine mbele, you put on your brakes. When this is on, it will sense kuna obstacle karibu, and then it turns off the engine. Sawa. Yeah. And this other one season is a control side mirror settings, is a side mirror. Unaweza level side mirror venye unataka using these buttons that we have right here. So let us go to the back and see how the legroom there looks like. Now when you come to the rear end seats, the legroom is still very sufficient. The seats are completely retracted towards the back, and there is still sufficient legroom. So when it comes to space, the Nissan Note ticks all the boxes. Sawa. Now let us talk about the storage compartments for the rear passengers as well. Now these guys will also have the privilege to get some storage compartments on the doors, and of course we have this one here that can hold up to a maximum of 2 water bottles, or even the coffee bottles if you have some. Now there is something that I didn't show you hapa mbele, which is the power output. This is gives up to 12 volts of power, so you can charge your phone as you drive this car ukitembea huku nje. Sawa. Yeah. Let us now talk about value for money when you buy this Nissan Note. Now, when you acquire this Nissan Note from Stancam Motors, you are going to get a super duper deal. This car goes for 980,000 if you acquire it from Stancam Motors. Now, ukikuja uambie umetumwa na Conversation Professor, you get a super amazing discount. So you can come here and get yourself this amazing car. Now, what are some of the things that we can tick boxes for when we talk about the Nissan Note? We have what we call practicality. You have seen how spacious this car is, and that means it is a versatile car. You can use it for business or for family use. Sawa, unaweza piga taxi hivi kidogo, you get some cash, or you make it for family use. Another thing that ticks another box with the Nissan Note is the fuel economy. Umesikia, the naturally aspirated engine can give you up to around 20 kilometers per liter if you drive it properly, if you don't drive it with a lot of aggressiveness. So those are some of the things that you need to consider when you are buying the Nissan Note. And of course, you've seen for yourself, and now I believe you are convinced that Nissan Note will give you amazing entry level for those who want to become car owners. It will give you amazing stuff. So you can consider this, and how much you can consider acquiring one from Stancam Motors. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Car Diary. Of course, we were taking up the airwaves on the best youth television network in East and Central Africa, and that is Younib TV. I believe you have taken notes based on the car that we had today. It was a Nissan Note, and see you next time, same place guys. For now, wacha tukimbie shughuli zingine.
Ever the best. Hallelujah.